Hi, welcome to the SEO Ascender video series. This is Chapter 1, the SEO overview. If you're new to search engine optimization, we're going to be covering some of the basics on how search engines work and some of the fundamentals to getting your site ranked to the very top. I've talked to a lot of different people about search engines, and especially new people, and I always ask them what they think is the most important thing to get a search engine ranked. And just from meeting different people, whether they be at a bar or family or friends, I get the wildest answers on what people think is important when it comes to search engines. Probably the most typical answer I get back is they think that it's based on the amount of traffic that's generated at a site. Now, if you think about that, it sort of makes sense, but then it would be difficult for someone new to rank because it's tough to get more traffic if somebody else is already number one. They're the ones getting most of the traffic. It would be a snowball effect. Fortunately, the search engines don't work that way. So if you're new, you have every chance of still outranking somebody that's in an established position. Okay, what I'd like you to think about in terms of search engines, now some of you may have heard a little bit, like you may know that a title tag is important, or that you need to use meta tags to put the right keywords and descriptions so the search engines can find them. Now that is definitely true to a certain point, especially for what we call long tail keywords, which we'll get into a little bit later. Um, Keywords that are very specific and may have several words attached to them. But what's more important, so if you think about title tags, keyword tags, that's what you say about yourself. And the text you have on your webpage, those are things you're saying about yourself. I'm saying my website is about this, or my website is about that. Well, that's great. I'm sure we've all met people we know in life that say, I'm the greatest at this and that, or whatever. And you kind of take it with a grain of salt. You're like, well, maybe you are. I don't really know. But what is often more important is what others say about you. So if some guy says he's the greatest salesman in the world, well, that's great. But if his company comes out and says he's the top sales producer, or all his vendors say yes, this guy is the top producer, it carries a little bit more weight that he may or may be a good salesperson. What's more important is what other websites say about us, and the way other websites say something about us is through a link. They put a link back to us. Now, when I say link, I'm talking about this right here, the little text right there that's underlined and moves our cursor to the little hand position. That's a link. So this is a link. This links to something else. And as you can see, every link has different word in it. So this says iGoogle, desktop, privacy overview. That's saying when we put something in the anchor, this is called anchor text. This is saying this next page we're going to go to is about privacy overview. Privacy overview. So how do we know that anchor text is important? Well, probably the greatest example I've ever seen is the keywords click here place. What website do you think is going to show up number one when we hit submit for click here? Any guesses? I want you to think about it for a minute. Click here. Get Adobe Reader. Okay, well, let's take a look at this page for a second. Adobe Reader. Now, I'm going to do a quick find down here, and I'm going to type in the word click here. And what do you know? Click here doesn't even exist on this page. Nobody says anything about click here on this page. But if you think about it, there are tons and tons of websites everywhere that are producing content that if they want you to be able to read it, they want you to download the Adobe Reader. And they probably say something like, to download Adobe Reader in anchor text, click here. So now we understand that links are really, really important. So to help our search engine get ranked, probably the number one thing we need to do is go out and get links. Get links, get links, get links. And specifically, not just get any old link, but we want to control the anchor text around our links. So we've recently established that links are important. It's really more important what others say about our site than what we say about our own site. And the way websites do that is by sending a link to us, and that's how they describe what our site is about. Now, one thing to understand is that not all links are the same. And if you think about this, if your mom says you're a nice person and a good person and lovable, that's one thing. But if the President of the United States stands up and says you're a great, swell guy, and he invites you to the State of the Union address to stand up, you can be rest assured that everyone else will think you're a stand-up guy too. And Google has a unique way of differentiating between links. It uses a system that it calls PageRank. Now, before we talk any more about PageRank, what I need you to do is I need you to stop right here, and if you're going to be serious about SEO, the first thing you need to do is you need to go download Firefox. It's free, so this should be really easy. And the reason that people that are really involved with search engine optimization or any sort of website work like to use Firefox is because there are all kinds of third-party plugins that are specifically geared to work with Firefox that present all kinds of information about the website, web pages. There's just so much you can do with all of the add-ins in Firefox. So first thing you need to do is download Firefox. So I'll be patient. I'll wait for you. Put me on pause. Download Firefox. And then once you have Firefox installed, click play. Okay, great. You've installed Firefox. I'm very happy. Next thing you need to do is we're going to add your first plugin. And the first plugin I want you to get is called Search Status. So if you just go here, this site, http://www.quirk.biz, search status. Here, pull it up. Go ahead. Click the big link, download it, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Once you put me on pause, download it, let's watch. Okay, put me on pause, you've downloaded it, you've installed it, great. Now I want you to hit play again, watch me, okay. Now great, now you've got this little icon right here. And I've changed some of my options. I want to show PageRank, Alexa, CompeteRank. Really what we're going to be focused right now is we're still talking about PageRank for now. You can check out some of the different options, blah, 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 blah. And okay, so there's two things that it usually shows. The first one is PageRank. So we've talked about PageRank a little bit. And PageRank is Google's way of saying how important the person giving the link is. So as we used the difference before, difference between your mom sending you a link and the President of the United States sending you a link. So Google's system is PageRank, and every single web page, not website, every single individual web page on a website is assigned a PageRank number from Google. And that number ranges from 0 to 10. 0 meaning it's not very important, 10 meaning it's really important. And the interesting thing about PageRank is that it's not linear. So it's not like if you get a link from a PageRank 4 that it's 2 times better than a PageRank 2. It's an exponential factor. Now let's take a look. I've done a little math here, and you can take a look and see what the difference in value is on different sites. Now there is some speculation. It's really, Google has not published any of this specific information I'm about to share with you, but based on some work done by some other SEO experts, what they think is that PageRank moves up by an exponential factor of 8. So if you see here, if you got a link from a PageRank 1 site, that's like saying that site gave you 8 points. So if you have your keyword, you get a link from a PageRank 1, that's worth 8 points. And if the site's a PageRank 2, it's worth 8 times 8, more than a PageRank 1. So that would be 64. And as you can see, it starts to get kind of crazy as you move up. And this is why as you start trying to get links from other people, some people only want to trade links if you have a PageRank 4 or higher site. Now, later on, we're going to get a little bit more involved with some of that, with some of the advanced courses. But for now, as you can see, PageRank can mean a big difference in the world of Google in terms of, getting a link from somebody. So as you can see, it would take a lot of PR1 links to get the same as a single link from a PageRank 5 site. So a lot of times people are trying to, instead of get lots and lots of links from a PR1 site or a PR0, they'll try and just get a small handful from a high PageRank site.